Washington Hill, Capitol Hill, Washington Hill, Capitol Hill, DeSantis. DeSantis faces growing storm over Hope, Florida controversy. As a Washington Hill, Capitol Hill, DeSantis, Democrat or Republican, I don't know, is this Muslim? Is DeSantis is a governor, Republicana. DeSantis faces growing storm over Hope, Florida controversy. Editors note the story was updated to reflect that case. DeSantis, Florida, Miami, Florida, launched Hope Florida, a community-based initiative that is distinct from the Hope Florida Foundation, which helps promote the initiative. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, Republicana, in Washington Capitol Hill, is facing growing backlash in the state over allegation involving an organization linked to his wife. The controversy concerns is a $10 million payment to the Florida Foundation, which is tied to First Lady Casey DeSantis is the First Lady from this man. Welfare Assistance Program Hope Florida has led to criticism from some state House Republicans. Critics argue this money was inappropriately used to help a campaign against a ballot measure that would have legalized recreational marijuana in the last November. That money, critics say, was part of settlement agreement involving the state's largest medical contractor, Centene. According to them, a chunk of the settlement, all of which was intended to be returned to state and federal coffers, was sent to the Hope Florida Foundation and eventually ended in the hands of political groups that campaign against a ballot measure of government. DeSantis was also opposite too. DeSantis has denied the allegation, but Tuesday, Florida media obtained a draft of an agreement that seemed to contradict the governor, a development that threatens to raise pressure on him when it comes to the DeSantis mold their next political steps in coming years. It's certainly not good for the First family, one Florida Republican operative said. I think it has a greater impact on her ability to run for governor more than anything else. The controversy surrounding the Hope Florida Foundation goes back to the last year when the state of Florida discovered it was owed $67 million in settlement with the Centene Corp after the state was overbilled for Medicaid. The draft agreement obtained by media Tuesday suggested that $10 million of that money was funneled through the charity connected to the organization founded of promoted by Casey DeSantis, as the wife of this governor, the First Lady, eventually sent to the non-profit groups involved in the campaign. The ballot measure, one of those groups, gave money to PAC tied to James Whitmire, the governor and chief of staff, that seemed to contradict the DeSantis administration's insistence that the $10 million given to the non-profit groups was separated from the money received as part of the settlement. In a statement to Florida media, Governor DeSantis spokesperson Brian Griffin noted the negotiations were handled by the Agency for Health Care Administration. Centene proactively made the state aware of billing issue in 2021 and the state worker for years to ensure it was resolved. Griffin told the outlet, adding the agency settlement was in great benefit to the state. In a Tuesday post on the social platform X, also Twitter X, Griffin called the reporting on the agreement that coordinated his piece. This article, the next in series of coordination hit pieces, falsely projects and bluntly attorney aspirational assessment of case as fact. Griffin said this shady spin is why this reporter was so keggy. Keine Ahnung, was das heißt, keggy. This reporter was so keggy, keine Ahnung, was das heißt. Keggy, when reaching out of the story and wouldn't be upfront. The controversy has sparked anger from members of DeSantis' own party. Recently, former Republican Matt Gaetz, the Republikaner aus Florida, suggested Florida State House Republicans could move to impeach Whitmire. Wollen sie anklagen Whitmire oder so? Now the state attorney general also the handling of the money amid the campaign against Amendment 3, the marijuana-related ballot measure. Gaetz and many Florida Republicans were opposite to Amendment 3 last year. Es geht 10 Millionen, einmal 50 Millionen, also we have 10 Millionen 50 Millionen. Irgendein Marihuana Money, Marihuana gut Transfer, dieses mal, wo steht das denn? Es geht ein Marihuana Haschgras. Irgendein Gesetz oder related ballot measure, the Marihuana related ballot measure, keine Ahnung, so ein Marihuana-Gesetz im Wert von 10 Millionen Dollar, aber auch ein zweites Geldbudget von 50 Millionen Dollar. Es geht ein Marihuana-Budget, wo der Governor DeSantis wollten wir zum Präsidenten werden mit seinen Boys Partys, Discos da. Der hat mit Boys und Girls und Partys und Diskotheken und sowas. Wollten wir letztens zum Präsidenten wählen, aber kam ja Trump, ist auch ein Republikaner, der ist 46 years old, 46 Jahre alt, ein relativ junger, DeSantis aus Miami, Florida, auch da, wo Trump herkommt. Aber gut, er hatte 3 Impeachments und so, nicht er direkt, aber die Organisation oder sowas. Wegen dieses Marihuana-Gesetz, aber es sind Gelder zur Verfügung für den Staat, als einmal 10 Millionen und einmal 50 Millionen Dollars. Auf jeden Fall seine Wife, his wife, er ist ja Gouverneur, er ist ja der Gouverneur von dieser Florida und seine Frau, seine Wife, steckt da auch mit drin und so, also both together, die steckt da auch mit drin in diese Sache. DeSantis has hit back against Andrade, accusing him of the State House Republican of sabotaging their own party. A press conference in Andrade's district earlier this month. We have this almost 3-1 super majority, also sie brauchen eine Mehrheit, eine Mehrheit of Republicans in the Florida House of Representatives. Also in Florida, also jeder Bundesstaat hat auch ein House of Representatives, nicht nur das ganze Land und so, das ganze Land. Jedes Bundesstaat oder Städte, wahrscheinlich auch Parlamente, wie auch gehst du beim Parlament in die Städte oder Parlament in den Landtag, sowas wie Landtag und Bundestag und weiß ich, Teufel komm raus in Teufels Küche. House of Representatives of Florida, das gehört zu Florida, da brauchen sie wohl eine Mehrheit, können sie dann machen, was sie wollen und so. And it's Rotan DeSantis later last week, they are behaving more like Democrats. They are colluding with the left, they are colluding with the media to try to sabotage of the great success that Florida has had over these last 6 years. The governor went to call smears against his wife. Also seine Wife, steht immer was von seinem Wife. Von the governor, DeSantis, steckt ja wohl tief mit drin und so. The wife, die Frau. Yearly polling shows a first lady with high approval ratings. Mason-Dixon polling strategy survey released in March showed Casey DeSantis with 50% approval rating, slightly higher than that of Donald, who came in 48%. Republicans are mixed on whatever the controversy will do anything to hinder her chances at winning the governor's mansion. Also, na gut, a lot of Republicans and Democrats, muss man dazu sagen, auch. Es sind auch Democrats und Republicans, want to win, wollen gewinnen, the governor's mansion, das Haus, also das Amt nennt sich das Amt, das Haus, ein spezielles Haus, sowas, Haus und Amt und Posten und Job, sein Job. A lot of Democrats and Republicans want to win the governor's mansion, also da gehört alles dazu. Job und Gelder, Job und Haus und was dazu gehört. It gives MAGA ist ja von Donald Trump was anderes, world yet another reason besides Donald Trump, steht ja auch hier, Donald Trump to line up behind Byron Donald, the Florida Republican operative said. Other operatives and strategies pointed to the complexities of controversy, arguing much of it goes straight over most voters' heads. It's got so many moving parts to make it sick, and it's not something that lends itself to a talking point or a bumper sticker. So if you are DeSantis politically, also für DeSantis, it just doesn't lend itself to something that people can easily understand to pick up, said Fort O'Connell, a Florida Republican strategist. Another Republican strategist liked the controversy to Tallahassee Palo game if the objective was to keep her of her race for governor. Also es gibt im Moment zurzeit in the present races of governor in, na gut, weiß ich nicht, ob ganz USA oder, aber Miami auf jeden Fall. Also es betrifft ja jetzt Florida, Miami, es gibt Races und Runs for Governor, also Gouverneure. Ob jetzt in alle Bundesstaaten das so ist, in diese 60 Bundesstaaten, Bundesländer oder nur in Miami, steht hier nicht, aber ist ungewiss, aber es wird wohl woanders auch noch geben, in anderen Bundesstaaten. Races und Runs for Governor Posten mit, weiß ich, was dazu gehört, Jobs und Haus und Amt und Job und alles. Also es gibt auch Races und Runs for Governor. And I haven't endorsed anybody to run for governor. Anybody can run for governor. Given how much credit she gets for the Hope Florida Foundation and the Hope Florida program, I'm just kind of shocked at how incompetent she's been in managing all of it. The controversy can also be seen as manifestation of what he has already been a constituted legislative session in Florida that has seen the governor pitted against the House of Republicans. Also House of Republicans, sowas ähnlich jetzt überall in Amerika wie Landtag. Jede Stadt hat seine Parlamente, every city mit Parlament, every Dörfer und City with House of Landtag, da weiß ich, complicated und so. Überall Parlamente, auch in Amerika jetzt in Landtag, in Städte, überall und so und das und so. Tschüss.